older and more mature, even though sometimes that squeaky voice comes out, I'm able to have deeper life conversations with you. And by deep, I mean all you talk about is Fortnite. I'm glad I was able to improve your sports skills, even though you have yet to beat me. And by the way, you throw a football, not kick it. Speaking of kicking, you've got the biggest feet I've seen on a 13-year-old in my entire life.
That's so true.
You're kind of like a clown without the humor. But seriously, I love you and I'm glad to call you my brother. Mazel tov.
All right, next we got Celia, who's very excited to read this. She has a big family, I'm sorry. All right, leave it on.
Hi.
I mean, you're doing great.
Hey, Mazel Tov, Shua. Can't believe we're the same age again. I love doing your makeup and annoying you in the car. I hope you have a great birthday, even though it's your 4th birthday already. And Mazel Tov.
Woo, woo.
Of course, Abby doesn't have her speech in her. We're gonna ask. Oh, here she comes. Magic. All right, and now we have Abby. Boys, relax.
We're so tired.
Say a couple words.
I'm just trying to be kid.
Okay. Hi. So almost 4 years ago, my dad married Rachel, and then they all moved in with us. But not just that, Shua also moved into my school and into my grade. But Shua, do you remember that time when you were like 6 and you cried over your homework because it was too hard, and you didn't want to go to school anymore? Because I remember that story. And Shua, you know how you sound like Mickey Mouse and always play Fortnite? Well, those are just some of the embarrassing things that Shua does. Even though Shua is crazy, wild, and very annoying, I love you and I'm so happy you joined family. Mazel tov and congratulations.
Woo, woo.
Okay, we're gonna ask Shua's father to come and say a couple words. With Simcha Ciroli.
Great clapping.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to Shua's Bar Mitzvah. The title portion of this past week's Torah portion, which Shua read beautifully on Thursday in Shabbos Kizetze, is When You Go Out. While the title of this week is When You Come In, goings and comings and goings are a theme that runs through our lives as well as through all of Torah. The book of Devarim, which we are now reading, tells us on the way from Mitzrayim of Eretz Yisrael, the Jewish nation camped in many places, and details what happened there, the good, the bad, and the ugly. All of this is part of our sacred history, yet Torah reminds us that it is not just what we left behind or where we're going that is significant. Spiritual journeys are inner as well as outer and can take place anywhere at any moment. As we approach the new year, it is especially good to reflect on the spiritual journeys of our lives. Shua has gone from Israel to England and then to America. His goings and comings are each as important. He has met so many wonderful people who showed him so much chesed of loving kindness and acceptance in these past 13 years. These traits are instilled with him, and he will carry it with him wherever he goes. Shua, you are the happiest baby and a loving, affectionate child and a joy to be around. You continue to share the same love and affection which lights up the world around you and brings Hashem's presence into so many people's lives. I am grateful that I'm grateful for all of Shua's grandparents, aunts, uncles, friends that have made it to this very day virtually and in person. I'd like to thank Shua's Rebbeim for teaching him and guiding him to follow the Torah way of life. I'd like to thank the Levin family for hosting our Simcha. Shua and Nomi are blessed with the best step family cousins, aunts, uncles, grandparents, and great-grandparents. Thank you for all the love and acceptance. I'd like to thank Celia, Abby, Jeremy for the love you showed towards Shua, Nomi, and also Maya. Taking a break. I would also like to thank Moshe and Rachi for making this bar mitzvah possible. It runs so smoothly. Despite the hiccups no one could have imagined. Thank you, Corona. I would also like to, Moshe, as hard as it is being in a different state for my children, not seeing them as much as I would like to, I know my children are in the best hands possible. Thank you for caring about their physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health. Thank you, Rachi, for giving me two precious gifts, Nomi and Shua. I would like to thank my father, Olav Shalom, and my amazing mother for helping and guiding me with Hasidic Torah way of life for me to pass down to my children. I'd like to thank Nomi. You are with Shua thick and thin. As much as you enjoy bickering him, you love and care about him a billion times more. You teach him everything you know and always want the best for him. I'd like to thank my family from coming from Crown Heights to join in the Simcha. I'd like to thank everybody that came here today. And I would like, last but not least, I'd like to thank my wife who has supported me, guided me, and has been there through thick and thin for everything that has gone and for being a loving stepmother to Shua and Nomi. Thank you so much for everything.
Chaya. Chaya.
Okay, if we could just hold on a second while
Daddy,
Shua
good
goes
job.
to get water.
Nice.
Shua, someone could have bought you water. You can come back. Anytime now, Shua. We could bring you water.
Shua. Shua, just go back. Shua, just go back.
Shua had a water emergency. When Shua needs water,
The doctor said.
I have your second water here when you're ready.
okay. This is a famous Klein saying, but I didn't prepare a speech, so I'm going to wing it. And I'm going to pull a paper out of my pocket and I love you and thank you very much. Hey. All right. I didn't actually prepare a speech. I ran out of time, but I was just asked to speak in honor of Rachi. Rachi asked me to say a few words for her. So here we go.
If everyone could please, the bins are over there, and just make sure you throw everything out.
That's more like South African than English, but whatever.
I first of all want to thank my whole family who came onto Zoom for this, even though it's probably in the middle of the night.
I'm not going to do this accent the whole time.
Really?
And that's my family, by the way. I mean, Rachi's in-laws. I mean, my in-laws. Whatever. I'm sorry that my father, who is in London, and my mom, who is in London, couldn't be here. You're truly, truly missed. We wish you would be here, but we're thankful that you've been part of our lives in everything, every moment. When it came to cooking, how much hot dogs we should buy, or how much mayonnaise we need for the coleslaw. Thank you, Schwiger, Mom and Dad, for all the support, talking on the phone, just being there, knowing exactly what to say to me to bring me up. Even when it's hooking me up at my wedding when I'm freaking out. I want to thank all my family who came, my brother-in-laws, Mendy and Dan and Joe and Benji and Never Playing Again. My sister-in-laws who are all over here, Tippy and Bimmy, Elise, my favorite, on phone all day, and Bonnie, who's been unbelievable. By the way, if anyone needs a cake for the bar mitzvah, guys, it's Bonnie's Treats. Tell your moms. Sorry, Bonnie's Bites. God, Moshe would never make that mistake. That's a Rashi thing. I want to thank everyone, my father-in-law, my favorite father-in-law, Ari Klein. Thank you for being here. And my Schwieger, wherever she is.
Down there.
There she is. Thank you, Schwieger, for coming, even though it's Corona and all that other stuff that's happening. And Lauren, one of my best friends, who we talk on the phone all the time. Did I miss anyone? Whoever I missed out, Ariel's and Alex's and Baltimoreans and everyone else that I forgot.
Whoever's really.
All my stepchildren who are amazing. I love you guys so much, the way you guys keep the house clean and help me and everything. I want to say a special, special thank you to Chaya and Ami and all their children who have been working their cookies off today to help us put this thing together. You guys are true family. I love you with all my heart. Before we get to the Bar Mitzvah boy, I'd like to thank Chai and Simcha who came from California. Chai, you've been an amazing stepmom to our children. Teaching them during the summer, doing math, taking them to the beach, helping out so much with the Simcha like no one's ever seen before. You've never seen a mother and a stepmother work like this on a Simcha in your life.
I agree.
It's a beautiful thing, and honestly, everyone should learn from this. Not that you should get divorced, but if you do, you should learn from this, okay? Simcha, who came from California, who Shua looks up to. What? He's taller than him, so he looks up to him. Who's been there for everything, and who's really given Shua all the support that he needs. And finally, the love of my life, Moshe. Wow, you are an amazing guy. Let me just tell you, when it comes to husbands, no offense, Simcha, but whew, did I do well. I hit it out of the ballpark this time. But now, to my son Shua. Well, know me, by the way.
Hi.
Love you too, wherever you are. Shua, I was so proud of you, sitting there by the swings, watching you lane, with that little smirk on your face, with such enthusiasm. A couple of years ago, you were maybe...
8.
Sorry?
8.
I don't know how many years ago when you moved to America, and you went to Israel, and you went to London, and now to America, and you changed schools and everything like this, and you worked your, took us off practicing and studying and learning and taking everything so serious. You've grown up to be a real man. You've made us so proud. Every day I look at you and I'm proud. I remember back in the day in Israel, oh, that story that happened. I'm just making something up. But we're really proud of you. You laned beautifully. You've matured. You're funny looking. And I look forward to many, many years and many more simchas together. And next time, stay away from Abby's friends. But hopefully soon we'll dance at your wedding. Now I'm going to ask... oh wait, let me say a couple words too. Now Moshe, I'm not Rachi anymore. I want to thank my wife, who is everything in the world to me. My family can attest that I was pretty nothing without her. And She's made me into a man. I've learned how to pick up my socks and clean up my room. I've even learned how to make a bed, set a table, wash dishes. But honestly, that's all garbage. She's made me a real man. Love for life, love for everything. And the work that she's put into this bar mitzvah is unbelievable. You've never seen someone who actually caters their own bar mitzvah. Not just this party, Shabbos. The way she welcomed everyone into our house with open arms. You're a tzaddikus. You make me a better man. I love you.
Aww.
And that's all I got. Now we ask the bar mitzvah boy to say a couple of words. He has a nice little speech and a tradition of Chabad to read a mimer. We did it in English because I wouldn't know any other way to do it. So Shua, let's go.
Shua. Shua.
Is this good? Thank you everyone for joining. For joining me on this special day from far and near, live or Zoom. Firstly, I thank Hashem for everything He provides me in life and giving me the honor to serve Him. Boy, do I have a long list, but thank you. I'll still try to keep it short. Can I continue? I want to start by thanking my grandparents who are the Now can I continue again? Okay, for the third time.
I know, right?
Okay, what was that? I want to start by thanking my grandparents who are the leaders of our generation of Torah observing Jews. Bobby and Zadie who are stuck in London, stupid Corona. But I'm sure they are listening well on Zoom. Zadie, you always made me laugh and you have inspired me to follow the ways of a chassid. I hope to be able to fill my life with the same love of Yiddishkeit that you do every day. Bobby, oh boy, I miss that food. I guess mommy learned from the best. I hope to see you real soon. I'm old enough to fly. Hint, hint. Bobby Soronik, wish this Corona thing didn't stop you from being here. Was great being able to spend some time with you this summer. I miss hanging out with you and those cookies. UPS delivers, just saying. Thank you for all you do for this family. I want to mention Zadie Soronik, Aleph Hashalom. I never got to meet you, but I know you sitting up there next to the Kisei HaKavod, smiling down, seeing this generation of Yira Shemayim following your path. I will always put my hands in my pockets, knowing that Hashem will provide. Thank you to all my extended grandparents. I'm one lucky kid. My siblings, oh, tough one. Know me, you have been a pain in my you-know-what toughest from day one. But I love you like a sister. From playing games to flying across countries, I always have you in my corner. Now move over, this is my spot. But I really do love you. Thank you for being the best big sister a guy can ever ask for. Jeremy. You wrote this, so you should better be good. You are the most amazing brother any kid can ever ask for. You are... there to play games with me and to have fun. Ever since we became a family, you have been there for me and always had my back. I love you like a brother. So yeah, I love you. I love how we can have our bonding time even.
Shua, you'll get hurt.
So yeah, I love how we have our bonding time, even if you annoy me sometimes. We may not be in the same grade, but we are both the 2007, so pretty old, I guess. You are an amazing sister, and I love you. Abby, where do I start? I love how we can enjoy hanging out with each other's friends because we are in the same grade. Even if you are the loudest one in the room, it's always fun to do homework together. It's always fun to do homework together with you. You are a great friend and little sister. Maya, you are the cutest little sister, and I love getting to spend time with you and watching you grow up. I love ya. I want to thank my aunts, uncles, step-aunts, and step-uncles, cousins, and step-cousins for joining and celebrating with me today on this day. It's always fun to hang out with you. I love you guys. Okay, you know what? I'll just pick you up.
Aww.
What was that? I want to thank my rabbis for teaching. Go away. I want to thank my rabbis for teaching me and being with me when I need help. I want to thank Rabbi Sonaglik, my landing teacher, for teaching me my whole parsha and making something I thought never happened would happen. I want to thank my friends for being here for me today and once you came and being here on my special day. And most importantly, I'd like to thank my parents.
You wanna sit on
Firstly,
your voice? Look, look.
Maya, you are always there to help me with my homework and being there
wanna hold
to
on
have
this
fun
one?
with me. You are the most amazing stepmother and kid.
Just ignore.
You are the most amazing stepmother a kid can ever ask for. You are being an amazing help.
Take her.
You've been an amazing help to making this moment so. You're an amazing help to making this moment so possibly and being there to help my mom is incredible. I love you. Daddy, thank you so much for everything that you do for me. You taught me so much in life over the years. You make me laugh and you make me smile. I love spending time with you in California. With your job, you are always helping people, and I hope I can help people just like you. A lot of people say that they see you and me, and I'm very thankful for that. You've been the best dad in the world, and I love you so much. Moishi, you've done an amazing job making sure everything was perfect. For building tents and tables, helping with my speech and my laning, getting me my suit, and so much more. I want to thank you for always being there for my mom, helping her with anything she needs. You are the best stepfather in the world. I love you. Last but not least, Mommy, where do I start? There are no words to describe what an amazing mother you've been. From taking me places I need to go and helping with my academic work, or just being there to hang out with me, playing games, and just talk. What an incredible job you've done making this bar mitzvah possible. From cooking to cleaning to running around, making sure everything was perfect, this wouldn't be possible without you. You are not just... You are not just a great mom, but you are a true queen who makes me a friend. I love you. No. Here we go to the mimer. A mimer is a Hasidic mystical thought originally spoken by the Rebbe. Here is a short version of the mimer that was first recited by the fifth Rebbe of the Lubavitch when he became bar mitzvah, then by his son, and since then countless bar mitzvahs. The Jewish people complained to Hashem, saying, "Master of the universe, we would like to study Torah day and night, but we are too busy with the necessities of life." Hashem answered, "Wrap on tefillin once a day, and I will consider this a thought that you were studying Torah day and night." Rabbi Eliezer in the Midrash Tehillim said, "How are tefillin able to fill the place of Torah study? How are the two related?" Simple. They are related because they have the same effect. How do we know that our mitzvahs have an effect? We know this from the words of David HaMelech in Tehillim. Makeh Debar v'Yaakov u'kav u'mishpatav v'Yisrael. Which translates as, he tells it, which translates as, he tells his own...
Maya! Maya, you want cookie?
Want me to pick you up or not? Pick up. Where was I? Which translates as let me just say. Makeh Debar v'Yaakov u'kav u'mishpatav v'Yisrael. Which translates as, he tells his own words to Yaakov, his own word and judgments to Israel. Just explaining David HaMelech's words. Hashem is not like a flesh and blood king. While a human king commands others to do what he does not do any of it himself, Hashem, however, commands others to do which he does himself. The Midrash is saying that when we do a mitzvah, it is more than enough action in our world. What we do bring Hashem to do something somehow similar, something that somehow resembles putting on tefillin, except on a much higher level. Now that's a major effect. We have to understand, though, what is that effect. Inside our tefillin are scrolls from the Torah, including the Shema, the part of the Torah that says, Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. So the question is, what's inside Hashem's tefillin? Forgot for a moment that Hashem is not a physical being. He's infinite, has no body. But besides from that, the parchment inside Hashem's tefillin couldn't have Shema Yisrael written on them, like ours have. That wouldn't make need sense. Why would Hashem need to remind himself that he is one? So the rabbis teach us that inside Hashem's tefillin are written a different verse. Who is like your people, Israel, one nation upon the earth. Now we're getting something. The Jewish people have tefillin that says Hashem is one, and Hashem has a tefillin that says we are one. Obviously, having the Hashem's wearing tefillin that talks about your nation being... For the last time, you want me to pick you up or not? Take her. Where was I? Obviously, having Hashem wearing tefillin that talks about your nation being one nation on the earth, puts us in a rather special position. Still many questions. For example, how does this shape the Torah? Furthermore, we still have this relationship between tefillin and sweating over Torah. So the Mimer goes much deeper in this thing. Rama Kogai and Hashem. Which translates as Hashem is way beyond all the nations. In fact, the creator of the universe, the whole thing might as well just be a speck of dust. Just a speck of dust is worthless to a human being, so the entire universe holds no interest on its own to an infinite creator. The speck of dust may be worthless to a human being, but it's not nothing. To the infinite creator, a finite creation is like nothing. On the other hand, the dust is there whether you like it or not. It doesn't need us to exist. The universe, however, cannot exist without its creator. So the universe is like a moving image that you project on a screen. As soon as the projector is turned off, the image is gone. So too, Hashem projects energy to sustain the world's existence at every moment. Now, he could sustain the world without any real interest, but what kind of world would that be? So that's the whole idea of Torah and mitzvahs, to get the master of the universe deeply involved with his world, to wake up the world. That's why the Torah says, look down from your holy resistance up in heaven and bless your people Israel. Why when we want Hashem to bless us, should we ask him to look down from the heavens? Isn't Hashem everywhere? But what we mean is that he should look at us through the lens of the Torah, which acts as a sort of magnifying lens, making us look important and worth blessing. What is it about the Torah that makes us important? The Zohar tells us that the Torah isn't Hashem's own personal way of thinking. So to speak, it's about things in our world, but it's his way of thinking about them. So when people learn Torah, they're tuned into Hashem's mind. Hashem is learning along with them. Besides that, Torah is the original source of energy that powers all his creation. Therefore, when we are occupied in his Torah, he becomes occupied with us. But the answer. But what about when we are unable to invest that sort of energy into learning Torah all day? What happens to the world then? That's where tefillin comes in. We take these scrolls of his Torah, roll them up, and place them inside leather boxes, just as he prescribed. When we do that, he sees to it that those words will have their effect on our minds, our hearts, and even down to our hands. Just like when we learn Torah, tefillin brings us into a connection with Hashem, and Hashem into a connection with us. That's what we mean when we say that the Master of the Universe also puts on tefillin. We mean that he makes a connection with us, and in a way, he makes a connection with us and with everything that's happening with us in our world. Of course, if we are sweating over Torah day and night, it would be even more effective. The word of the Torah would connect directly with our everyday body, with our everyday world. But nevertheless, if we are too busy making a living, the Holy One, blessed be He, has compassion upon us, and says that as long as we are learning as much as we can and wrapping tefillin every day, He will make the rest of the connection for us, just as though we were sweating over Torah day and night. Thank you.